Welcome back, loves. Today is probably going to be a shorter episode than usual. It's just something that's, again, I want to just kind of get in the flow of sharing things as they come up that I may find of interest and may not have like a fully written out show. I just kind of want to share like my random thoughts or some things that have been coming up in my sessions. So back in April, it's now June when I'm recording this. Back in April, I had a post on Instagram about what I would say intangible qualities, right? The things you can't touch, right? Or like visually see just as a person is on the dating app or as they're sitting across from me, right? So you can see how they dress. You can see how tall they are. You can see the color of their eyes. You can see what their teeth look like. You can see their hair, right? Things like that. And a lot of times we use those qualities, those tangible, I'll say, qualities to make a lot of our decisions. What I've realized over the years and what I realized when I was doing couples therapy is that the intangible qualities are the things that we really need to be focusing a lot more on. You also heard about the intangible qualities said differently in the episode with Lily, talking about essence-based dating preferences, right? This is all, it's all of that. It's all these things that when you really get into the inner workings of relationships, and I don't just mean romantic relationships. I never just mean that. I use romantic relationships because it's the easy thing for me to talk about, to relate to you with. The intangible qualities is how you want to feel in a relationship. The intangible qualities are the things that you emotionally need, right? So an intangible quality for me is safety, right? Do I feel safe? Do I feel physically safe? Number one, right? Do I feel like this person is going to cause me physical harm? Domestic violence is still real. Domestic violence is still out here. Okay. Like we have not that type of person dynamics that has not expired. So do I feel physically safe? Do I feel emotionally safe? So for me, it looks like if I'm really excited about a project I'm working on, if I'm really excited about a vacation, if I'm really excited about a new hairstyle, if I'm really excited about, I'm not even excited. If I'm having a hard time in a friendship dynamic, a family member dynamic, a work dynamic, and I need emotional support, is this person there emotionally for me? Like a friend, like a legit friend would be, right? Is this person asking me questions? Curiosity, are they involved in my emotional state around it? Are they connected with it? Are they attached to the outcome? Meaning like, yeah, keep me updated. Let me know how that goes. If that sounds really exciting, oh, that sounds really hard. What do you need from me? Kind of thing. Am I getting that? The intangible qualities would be loyalty. The intangible qualities would be, do I feel seen? Do I feel heard? Do I feel respected? Right? A lot of times when we're in relationships, I think, this is my opinion, I think that if I'm included in this too, I think that we get so caught up on the looks and height and job. Woo. College degree. You must have a job, a career that is sexy or at least acceptable in society. Like you need to be engineer, doctor, professor, lawyer, something, manager, something. Like you can't just be I don't even know, a truck driver or maintenance man. Like you have to be something sexy, right? Which is like, why? Right? Like it cares about that. How come that certain job status is what's most important here? Not if they respect you, not if they went to the hospital because one of your family members was sick and you didn't even ask them to go, but they went on your behalf, right? Stuff like that, versus, oh, he must be an engineer and he must be 6'2", And that's what's the main thing that's important to me. And so I'm also not saying, go out here and date someone you don't find attractive. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like legit, like let's think about the intangible qualities. How am I feeling? How does this person make me feel? I know that I've never really given that thought until like a year ago. Like straight up, like it would come up in the sense of when I was in toxic relationships or when I was in situationships. I knew I felt like I wasn't enough. I knew I felt like I was too much. I knew I felt like I wasn't worthy enough to be chosen, to be the person that they're going to say, I just want to be with you and only you, want to be my girlfriend, or I see marriage in our future. Like I knew how when I felt used and abused and like just angry all the time, right? I knew that. I didn't think about, wait, could I feel happiness? What? What's that? Right? Like, could I feel secure? Could I feel trust, loyalty? Could I feel connection? Right? Could I feel closeness? These are things I did not think about straight up. I'm a little bit, it's a little embarrassing to say this. However, like straight up, I did not think about that. Not until like a year ago. Maybe a little more than a year, but I'm not giving myself more than that. I really, really want you to think about the intangible qualities, the things that you cannot see, and seeing where that gets you, right? If you know you want to feel secure in a relationship, how long are we waiting for that security to come? Do we feel it right off the bat? Oh, here's another thing to think about too. Something I'm working through with quite a few of my clients as I'm learning more about this in a more complex way. When we do find ourselves in a more healthy, dynamic, healthy relationship, we don't know what the fuck to do. Like we either push that relationship away, we create many flaws within that person, we feel extremely uncomfortable, me included. So, like an example would be, okay, I'll give you this one. Example would be you meet a guy. This is a personal story of my own. I met a guy and we were talking, we were dating, and all that was going well. And then at some point, this was like in the first 6 weeks of us dating. And at some point he was like, I could see you as my wife, right? And no one has ever said that to me. Ever. If it was brought up, it was brought up in different ways. Like I had an ex who proposed to me with a dollar bill and I thought he was teasing. But like he didn't like propose like will you marry me kind of thing, but he like made the ring and wanted to put it on my finger, but he didn't say anything. He didn't say like we're going to get married. He didn't say anything like that. It was just like that. Or someone would say, yeah, I can see myself getting married one day. And we had been dating for like 2 years. And not to you, Dante, I can see myself getting married one day. Yeah. So when this other person I'm talking about was like, yeah, I can see you, like, I can see us married, never had that before, ever, ever. And it kind of made me gag, to be honest. I was like, what? So then you start thinking, is he being for real? Is a psycho killer? He's blowing smoke up my ass, right? Like, not just, oh, you actually met someone who thinks in the same way that you think. That you're not just dating for funsies. You're dating to really connect and build a life together, right? Like with intentionality. We don't know how to act. Or I have had many clients that it makes me giggle because I can totally relate. I get it. Where they say, I'm not attracted to green flags. Maybe that's something I should talk about in a future episode. Not being attracted to green flags. And so I had to work with my client through that. Like, how does one get to that place of not being attracted to green flags? How does our childhood affect that and the ways that we can move through that and actually start being attracted to green flags, right? So like I do a lot of that kind of work with my clients. It comes up all the time. But yeah, back to the point at hand. Are you paying attention to intangible qualities? The things that you kind of just feel in your body and your soul and your bones, Because growing up, I would hear other people say, looks fade. And I'm like, looks fade? Never. I will look this way. And I will be 25 forever, and so am I person. And it's true. Looks do fade. Looks do fade. And so if we're just focusing on height in looks, in my experience, beard. I love facial hair. I love facial hair. If you tried to take your beard off one day and I only got with you because of your old beard, like we have nothing left. Like we have nothing left. So thinking about how does the person make me feel? I want to feel seen. I want to feel heard. I want to feel respected. I can't think of what this word is called, but basically, if I'm having an event, I want that person to show up because they want to show up. What is that? Support, teamwork. I don't know. Sharing. I don't know the word is. Maybe if you know the word, let me know. Hit me up and let me know the word I'm trying to describe. But yeah, attunement. Damn sure attunement. Attunement is not something that you can put your finger on. Attunement. Like I was watching a Netflix show, and sometimes, the music in the background is too loud, where I can't really hear the words that are being said. Like I can make it out, but like the da 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 da, like the drums in the back, I'm like, do you want me to hear the drums or do you want me to hear the actual dialogues? I can't hear it. And so you have to change the settings in Netflix so it knows you only have one speaker, not like surround sound. Side note, remember when surround sound was like the thing? Like you go to people's homes, including mine growing up, where we had like 5, 6 speakers surrounding the living room, and like that was like the cool thing to do. And nowadays people have like those sound bars, which I think is still pretty cool. But do you remember that? Do you remember that? Okay. Anyways, but yeah, oops. But yeah, so I'm watching Netflix with this person, and he just automatically goes to change the output, the speaker output. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. I didn't ask. Um, I was going to do it myself in a moment. I was thinking like, oh, maybe it's changed. And he just did it. I'm like, oh, attunement, right? And you can feel attunement in friendships, family, work, all relationships. You can feel that. So thinking about what are your intangible qualities, right? This can also help with reducing some of that codependency. Because if I just think this person is so fine, like I talk about all the time, the biggest person, if I just think he's so fine, or other people that I've met, and I just want those pictures and I just want those experience and I just want the sex with them, the sex, call back. But yeah, if I just want all that with them, I'm not thinking about really how they make me feel. I'm thinking about that next moment. I'm thinking about how cute it is and how awesome it is to have people look at us and be wondering, how did I get with someone so hot? I'm thinking about that kind of stuff. I'm not thinking about the fact that I feel so fucking anxious being with this person because I'm constantly thinking about, is this the last time I'm going to see them? Is this the last time they're going to call me back? Right? You know that feeling? I know you know that feeling because I know that feeling. So do I feel anxiety consistently? Do I feel relaxed? Do I feel rested? Do I feel taken care of, right? Like thinking about those intangible qualities. So I'm telling you, it will get you much further than how we've been living in this game, in this situationship game, right? In this toxic relationship game. There is no thinking about intangible qualities. If anything, you are trying to provide them, me included, you are trying to provide them with the intangible qualities. You are trying to provide them with respect, love, safety, care, fidelity, right? You're trying to provide all of those intangible qualities and not thinking about, are they giving this to me? So if you do not know what your intangible qualities are, take a moment to think about it. If you need help with it, I would forever recommend this book, Thank You More Please by Lily Womble. Then you need to get that book, right? Like thinking about those intangible qualities. We do not do that enough. We just don't. We don't. One day we hope 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years later that they'll respect us, that they won't shut us down, they won't call us too emotional, they won't tell us, oh my gosh, why did you bring that up? Now you ruined our whole date night. Like they'll be feeling like you're always getting put down. You'll be like, oh no, okay, oh you're not feeling okay. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. Right? I had someone literally say to me, he noticed that my attitude has shifted and I wasn't even thinking about like why my attitude shifted. And he just said, hey, I feel like something was happening before we sat down and started talking. Like, did something happen with you before? Is there anything that's connected to something before that has nothing to do with this? And I was like, oh, I didn't think about it. Let me think. And I thought about it. And I was able to be like, oh, yeah, I was feeling agitated because, what was it about? Because I thought you were upset with me or and something else that was going on. I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but yeah, like just even that person, like being curious enough in your emotional space, like where you're at, not just leaving you by yourself. Okay, I'll play this video game. Let me know when you feeling better. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. People who want physical touch, right? So think about the intangible qualities. I hope this helps you. I believe in you. Until next time, you got this. Bye.